JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Toy guns seized at Corporate Area Primary School. Police concerned. Head of the St. Andrews South Police Division, Superintendent Damien Manderson, has raised concern about the presence of toy guns in schools following the confiscation of 4 at Corporate Area Primary School on Wednesday. Manderson noted that the police have seen toy guns turning up in schools across the corporate area, describing it as a problem. He said plans were afoot to address the issue. Regarding Wednesday's incident, it is understood that the police were called to the primary school over the toy guns and that some students found in possession of them were spoken to. The students were also counseled about bullying. The toy guns were seized. Teen girl brutally assaulted by a man in St. Andrew. A teenage girl has been rushed to hospital after being brutally attacked by an unknown assailant, believed to be of unsound mind, at an apartment complex off Spanish Town Road in St. Andrew on Thursday. According to reports, at about 2:30 p.m., the girl was at home alone at the Palm Grove court when the man forcibly entered the apartment before sexually assaulting and beating the teen with a hammer. The girl reportedly raised an alarm and a male resident intervened but was stabbed by the perpetrator, who then made a hasty escape. The badly injured teen was rushed to hospital. Meanwhile, persons reported seeing the perpetrator walking along Maxfield Avenue, his clothes reportedly blooded. The police have launched a manhunt for the suspect. Indicom probing fatal police shooting by security forces in St. Elizabeth. A man was fatally shot during a reported confrontation with members of the security forces in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday. He has been identified as Jamar Stevens, also called Teapot. An armed square firearm containing 3 cartridges was reportedly seized in the incident. According to reports, sometime after midday, a joint police-military team conducted a major operation in the Luana Phase 1 housing scheme in search of wanted men and lottery scammers. During the operation, Stevens allegedly pulled a weapon on the team and was fatally shot. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is probing the incident. Meanwhile, the St. Elizabeth police are reporting that Stevens is a member of the Spring Park gang. The gang is suspected of being involved in several crimes in the parish. According to data from Indicom, 32 people have been fatally shot by members of the security forces since the start of the new year. Man fatally shot on Oakland Road. An unidentified man was shot and killed in his vehicle on Oakland Road off Spanish Town Road in St. Andrew on Thursday. He is believed to be a taxi operator. The circumstances around his death are still unclear, but residents say he's not from the area. 2 teenagers died in motor vehicle crashes on Wednesday. A teenager died in a motor vehicle crash on the main road linking Waterloo to Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday morning. He has been identified as 17-year-old Marcino Robinson of Seven Corners District in Santa Cruz. The drivers of the vehicles involved in the crash have been warned for prosecution. It's reported that sometime after 9 a.m., the teenager was a pillion rider on a motorcycle traveling from Waterloo when the driver lost control and crashed into the front of a Toyota Sprinter motor car in the opposite lane. The motorcycle driver and pillion rider were injured and taken to the Santa Cruz Health Center, where Robinson was pronounced dead. The other person was treated and released. In the meantime, an unidentified teen died in a 2-vehicle collision in Hanover on Wednesday night. The 18-year-old was driving a motorcycle along the Orange Bay Main Road at about 10:20 p.m. when he collided with a Toyota Voxy. The police are considering several factors which could have led to the crashes, to include excessive speeding and improper overtaking. Woman charged for issuing threat against police denied bail. Dana Warren, the woman charged after issuing a threat against the police in a viral video following the fatal shooting of Ofni Loban last month, was denied bail. A psychiatric evaluation was also ordered when she appeared at the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. Warren is charged with using a computer for malicious communication, a breach of Section 9 of the Cybercrimes Act 2015. Our attorney, Redin Richardson, during his application, told the court that his client does not know, nor is she affiliated with anyone in the gang which Loban purportedly led. Richardson said his client was out partying heavily when the video was made and has no knowledge of it going viral. He said Warren was astonished when a relative told her that she was on TikTok. Allegations are that on January 23, the accused posted to her TikTok account that police personnel who fatally shot Laban, also called Tickman, and one Daddy Badness will be attacked. Richardson told the court that Warren was a mental illness outpatient, which may cause her to be exploited by others who had access to the phone. He said his client, who is the mother of a young child, is probably pregnant. But the clerk of court argued that an investigation revealed that Warren is deeply involved with senior gangsters in St. Catherine. The court was further informed that her affiliation makes her likely to incite violence against grown witnesses and even law enforcement officers, therefore she should be remanded. Bail was denied by Senior Parish Court Judge Yvette Wentworth Miller, and warrant was remanded until March 4. Attorney charged of a fraudulent sale of Ironshore properties. Attorney-at-law Mark Morgan has been charged in connection with the fraudulent sale of 2 properties in Ironshore, Montego Bay, St. James, valued at $17.5 million. The 42-year-old, who is accused of attempting to sell the properties without the owner's knowledge, is scheduled to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on March 4. Morgan, a former legal officer for a government financial agency, has been charged with conspiracy to defraud, forgery, engaging in a transaction involving criminal property, and demanding property using forged documents. After being charged, he was released on $400,000 station bail. According to a police report, Morgan collected the money from the purchaser in 2021 for the sale of the 2 residential properties. However, the rightful owners were unaware of the sale, had no intention of selling their properties, and had not hired Morgan to act on their behalf. During the registration process at the National Land Agency, fraudulent certificates of title were reportedly submitted to facilitate the transfer of the properties. To date, the purchaser has not received the titles. The matter was reported to the fraud squad in 2022, and following an intensive investigation, Morgan was arrested and charged. 16 guns recovered in St. Andrew South Division. The St. Andrew South police are reporting that 16 guns have been seized in the division since the start of the year. According to the police, 104 sorted rounds were also recovered between January 1 and February 4. Superintendent Damien Mandison, head of the division, provided more details.
Throughout the period, we managed to recover some 16 firearms from across the entire St. Andrew South space, primary of which are within these hotspots where persons have been arrested and charged for same or otherwise. I want to put this in perspective because last year, this time, we would have recovered 5 such firearms, and at that time we thought it was a big achievement in recovering 5 over a 31 to 34 days period. Well, we have recovered 16. We are deliberate. We are persistent in ensuring that we disarm, we dismantle, and that we displace our criminals out of St. Andrew South to create safer space. And it is with that we're appealing to residents. If you see something, say something. We do believe that those of us who are for law and order far exceed those who are bent on committing crimes within our space. And as such, we say to you, if you see something, please feel free to call 119. Or like I often say to you, you can call me directly at 832-9082 as we carry this fight of ensuring that St. Andrew South become a beacon of peace and law and order. Since the start of 2025, we have had some rough patches, if I may say. We have seen where our murder figures have spiked above that where we were last year. Last year, for the month of January, we recorded 3 murders. 2024, 2025, we are at 13 murders. But I want to assure residents, I want to assure the Jamaican public that this is not something necessarily to be overly alarmed about. As police officers, we are assiduously working and confident of reading back these figures. And we're working with our supporting partners within and outside of the JCF to ensure that the perpetrators of these crimes are brought to books. It is through those efforts, of course, that the various successes have been reaped, even amidst those challenges, and that we are currently experiencing a spate of peaceful days. And we are also removing some of our most violent criminals from our streets.
Several individuals have been taken into custody in connection with the seized guns, including 28-year-old Naim Pinnock, also called Blacks of Cockburn Pen, Kingston 11, Kasif Jono Hilton, a 33-year-old factory worker of Kid Lane, Warren Six Grant, a 26-year-old of Hill Avenue, Kingston 11, Tadiki Perkins, also known as Snoss, a 19-year-old vendor of Majestic Gardens, Kingston 11, and Shaquille Williams, a 21-year-old from Seaview Gardens, Kingston 11. Additionally, police say that confrontations with armed suspects led to fatal encounters involving 4 people. Dead are 19-year-old Brandon Reed, also called Redman of Crescent Road, 21-year-old Philippa Brown, also known as Six of Whitfield Town, and the 21-year-old Rainford Makiwan, otherwise called Chocolate, from York Avenue, Kingston 11. Also shot fatally was Ofni Laban, otherwise called Tickman, a 42-year-old alleged gang leader from Spanish Town. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.